Lakewood Blue Claws took the opener in pretty good fashion, 5-2. They took advantage of 6 errors by the Greensboro Grasshoppers, and they do win 5-2. Time to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, as always, brought to you by Investors Bank. Banking in your best interest. Visit myinvestorsbank.com for more information. Finals from around the league in early doubleheader action. Of course, the Greensboro-Lakewood game. Heard right here on the Shore Sports Network, 6-2. Hickory took down Hagerstown in game 1 of their doubleheader. It took 8 innings in game 1 of the doubleheader between Asheville and Savannah, but Asheville does come out on top, 4-3. Augusta gets the 9-3 victory over the Kannapolis Intimidators, 6-3. Greenville doubles up Charleston, and games in action right now. Rome and Lexington, the only 9-inning affair tonight, 3-0 in favor of the Rome Braves. West Virginia Delmarva, 9-0. West Virginia game 1 of their doubleheader, as Asheville and Savannah are warming up Kannapolis and Augusta in game 2. They are 3-1 in favor of the Augusta Green Jackets. Charleston getting their redemption against Greenville in game 2, 4-1 in the 5th inning of that doubleheader. VSL Phillies fell to the VSL Rays earlier today, 4-1. 14 hits for the Rays, just 4 runs, however. Final, Lehigh Valley in game 1 of their doubleheader. They defeated the Charlotte Knights 2-1. Game 2 will be coming up shortly. Top of the 5th inning of a 9-inning affair down at Bright House Field, as it is Clearwater with a down now 2-1, as St. Lucie has plated 2 runs. It is 2-1. St. Lucie in the top of the 5th inning. Jonathan Roof with a home run, his 2nd of the season for the Clearwater Threshers. 9-inning affair over at First Energy Stadium. Reading Fighting Phils 3. The Bowie Baysox 1 in Eastern League action. Game 2 of the doubleheader between Lehigh Valley and Charlotte coming up in moments. Cole Hamels on the mound against the Minnesota Twins, and no score, bottom of the 1st inning, as Cole Hamels is pitching in the 1st. The Phillies trying to keep it going. Runner at 3rd with 2 down against Cole Hamels in the 1st inning, but no score on the board yet for the Twinkies, as we will keep you posted on all of this action all night long. Time for a break here on the In-Between Game Show. Blue Claws and Hoppers coming up next. We'll profile the pitchers of Game 2. You'll hear it next on the Shore Sports Network.
Say hello to Nate.
Hey there.
He's sharp
as a tack.
You've got a question?
I've got an answer.
You shoot him a text?
I'll ping you right back, like scary fast.
Sometimes I feel like you can almost
finish your sentences? Yeah, that's kind of my thing.
And with the new Super Pages mobile app, he can find local businesses and restaurants almost as fast as he can think of them. Just speak it, spell it, or spin the category wheel to find what you need without
slowing you down. Are we done yet? I've got places to go.
Download the Super Pages app for free at the Apple, Android, and Amazon app stores, and find local businesses ASAP.
Built Right Windows, clearly the choice for new windows and doors, cause our most important window is yours. The difference is clear when you go with the pros. Built Right Windows, clearly we're better.
You know Built Right Windows in Toms River is a family-owned business for more than 34 years and the #1 name in Ocean County for windows and doors. What you may not know is they are owned and operated by a proud veteran who would like to remind you that Flag Day is celebrated on June 14th and commemorates the adoption of the flag of the United States. On that same date, the U.S. Army celebrates its 238th birthday. So fly the red, white, and blue with pride. Built Right Windows proudly serves Ocean and Monmouth counties with newer replacement windows and doors, sun and screen rooms, siding, roofs, and beautiful decks. Visit their showroom on Route 37 East in Toms River or call 732-270-4433. Thank a vet, and God bless America.
You're listening to Blue Claws Beat on Good Time Oldies, WOBM AM, 1160 and 1310.
Number 2, Mickey Morandini and George Hernandez going out on the mound. Out at home plate as they're getting ready to swap lineup cards for game number 2 of this doubleheader. Just a brief 2-day, 3-game series here between these two teams after yesterday was canceled due to rain. Stephen Edge gets the call in game 2, and it will be his first start since 2011, where he made 5 of them in the GCL in 8 appearances, but he made 22 appearances in 2012 and 22 here in 2013, all without a start. So 8 appearances and 5 starts in 2011. That was the last time Steven Inch took them out in a starting role. He does come in after his 22 appearances as an all-star in the South Atlantic League, 1-1 with a 3.14 ERA. He leads the team in saves with 7, 28 and 2/3 innings pitched, 22 hits, 14 runs, 10 earned, 16 walks, and 16 strikeouts. It will be Chipper Smith on the other side, the lefty for the Hoppers. Comes in at 6'2", 195 pounds, out of Cumberland University and Canyon County, California. Say that 3 times fast. He is 3-0 with a 3 ERA. This will be his first start of the season as well. He has made 15 appearances, just 1 start last year. So this will be his second professional start as part of the Marlins organization. 33 innings over his 15 outings, 27 hits, 14 runs, 11 earned, 15 walks, 33 strikeouts on the season. Inch has faced the Hoppers 4 times. No record. 3.86 ERA, 4 2/3, 2 runs on 3 hits, and for the pitcher Chipper Smith, 4.26 ERA, 2 outings, 6 1/3. He gave up a home run, a grand slam to Chase Numata down at New Bridgebank Park. After they turned Numata around to the right side, he greeted Smith with a grand slam. The meeting on the home plate has broken up, and we are getting ready for baseball. Game 2 coming up next. Greg Giambarese with the starting lineups and first pitch. Thanks for sticking with us. Twin Bill here, Game 2, wrapping it up next on the Shore Sports Network.
Have you ever wanted to eat like a caveman? Well, now you can. Crazy Legs turkey legs have flocked to Lakewood and are available at all Blue Claws home games. Prepared using a secret recipe and process, Crazy Legs are moist, tender, and mouth-watering. These giant 2-pound legs are coated in a spice mixture that makes them a combination of salty and sweet with a little bit of spice. Come on out to First Energy Park and try Crazy Legs today or visit them online at we'vegotgreatlegs.com.
Gold Coast Cadillac on Highway 35 in Oakhurst is the world's largest Cadillac dealer and winner of the prestigious Cadillac Dealer of the Year award for each of the last 10 years. Come on by and check out the largest Cadillac inventory on the East Coast. They have a wide selection of vehicles, new and used, with great financing available too. That's Gold Coast Cadillac, right off Parkway exit 105 on Route 35 in Oakhurst, and online at goldcoastcadillac.com. That's goldcoastcadillac.com.
Living in a country setting with mature trees and manicured lawns outside your front door. Living only minutes from the beautiful, pristine beaches of New Jersey. Living minutes from great shopping, restaurants, and entertainment, as well as the ease of commuting from their central location close to all major highways. That's where Ocean Park Village residents live. Ocean Park Village at 5-1 Fountain Drive in Lakewood. Visit their website at oceanparkvillagenj.com or call 732-994-6912.
What do Fenway Park, Shea Stadium, Phillies Ballpark, and the Blue Claws have in common? Quality sod from Tuckahoe Turf Farms. To have your own field of dreams in your yard, call 1-877-TURF FARMS or visit ttfarms.com.
You're listening to Blue Claws Beat on Good Time Oldies, WOBM-AM, 1160 and 1310.
Back inside First Energy Park, everybody, alongside Dan Anderson, I'm Greg Giambarese. Blue Claws Baseball here on the Shore Sports Network is, as always, presented by Built Right Windows, Route 37 East in Toms River. Vinyl, windows, doors, and much more. Owned and operated by a proud veteran. Visit BuiltRightWindows.com. Game 2 of the doubleheader between Lakewood and Greensboro. The Blue Claws took the opener 5-2, and they send their all-star closer to the mound here to start game number 2. It's right-hander Steven Inch, 6'4" righty from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, who will oppose left-hander Chipper Smith of Greensboro. There in this double dip as Lakewood now looks for the sweep. So Blue Claws win the opener, and Steven Inch warming up on the mound here for game 2. Here's the Grasshopper lineup. It's brought to you by Gold Bond Building Services. They keep First Energy Park as clean as a brand new ball, and they can do the same for your office or facility. Call 732-833-7700 or email them at info@gbcleans.com. Cameron Flynn leads it off. He's in center. Then Anthony Gomez at second. Jesus Solarzano is the right fielder batting third, with Vio Sergi Rosa, the DH, batting fourth. Hitting fifth at third is Jordi Cabrera. Then Matt Eagle, the first baseman. Cody Kiefer's in left field batting seventh. Mike Vaughn is catching. He bats eighth. And batting ninth at second base is Jason Hernandez. So we are ready to go. Inch, as Dan told you, is making his first start professionally since 2011. Back with the Gulf Coast Phillies, he's made 44 consecutive relief appearances over the last 2 years. But here's the first pitch of his 7th professional start. Fastball, strike at the knees. We're underway at 8:32. So 32 minutes between games. It's a beautiful night for baseball. The 0-1 is a strike. And the count 0-2 on Flynn, who's hitting .336 on the season, 20 RBIs. Holding in third now backs up, and the 6'4", 22-year-old Inch misses outside with a two-seam fastball, and the count 1-2.
Give great credit to the grounds crew for the quick turnaround here. Not easy to do. Get this field in playable condition for another 7-inning affair. Great job by Mike Morvanstaff.
Change up, got it. Strike 3 over the outside corner. Flynn is down looking, 1 man away. So a good start for Inch. Here are his numbers on the season. 1-1, 22 games again, as we said, all in relief. 7 saves, 3.14 ERA, 28 2/3 innings, 22 hits. He's walked 16 and struck out 16. And here's Anthony Gomez, the second baseman, as Inch tries to duplicate what Yoel Macias did in Game 1 by striking out the side, and he won't. It's a bouncer up the middle and in the center base. Macias struck out the first 3 hitters of Game 1. So Gomez, the Nutley, New Jersey native, singles to center after he went 0 for 3 in the first game, and he's at first with 1 out for the right fielder, Jesus Solorzano. Blue Claws and Grasshoppers meeting for the 13th time this year. Lakewood has won 7 of the first 12 meetings. They were aided in Game 1 by 6 Greensboro errors, leading to 5 runs, only 1 of which was earned. There is Solorzano, the right fielder, shows bunt, takes low, knocked down by Josh Ludy. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. As the Blue Claws take the green, they want you to go green. Go green and save on your electric bill with Veridian Energy, third-party energy provider that will lower your electric bill. Visit Veridian.com/BlueClaws. Visit Veridian.com/BlueClaws. Here the defense in his set. Here's the 1-0 on Solorzano, and he bounces it left side. Could be 2. Holding Fields goes to second, 1 field. Lobos, no throw to first. No chance to get Solorzano. Wasn't hard enough. So they get Gomez for the second out, and Solorzano's at first. Left field to right, it's Larry Green, Carlos Tochi in center, Brian Porter in right for Lakewood. Roman Quinn is at short with Mitch Walding in third on the left side. The right side features Art Charles at first, Alejandro Villalobos at second. Behind the plate for Game 2 is Josh Ludy. So all 12 Blue Cross position players start at least one of the 2 ends of this double dip. And here is left-handed hitting Vio Sergei Rosa, the designated hitter for Greensboro. Rosa in Game 1 went 0-for-0. He walked 3 times. First one from Inches low. Have a count, 1 ball and no strikes. Stephen was a 6th-round pick back in 2009 by the Phillies. Made 10 appearances his first 2 years, 6 of which were starts. 1-0, runner bluffs, and the fastball's outside. Last year with Williamsport, he was a relief pitcher. And he's been a reliever this year with Ludy out to talk to Inch. I wonder if Josh was crossed up. Those bubbles are still blowing through First Energy Park. If you need to get bubbles for a weekend party, Ocean County, I guess, is all out. They've been going straight through for 3.5 hours since the gates opened at 5 o'clock. 2-0 on Rosa, hitters count, and Inch misses outside. Stephen is one of 2 Lakewood All-Stars, along with catcher Chase Numata. Stephen will pitch in the All-Star game on Tuesday here at First Energy Park. Fastball, there's a strike. And the count 3-1 on Vio Sergei Rosa. Yordi Cabrera is on deck for Greensboro. Rosa out of the Bronx, 29th round pick by the Marlins 3 years ago out of a junior college in Texas. 3-1 is outside, ball 4. So that puts 2 on for Greensboro here in the first inning with 2 out, and we'll bring up the aforementioned Cabrera, 22-year-old from Santo Domingo, who's hitting .248 on the year, 9 homers, 35 RBIs, 0 for 3 in Game 1 with 2 strikeouts, and he grounded into a double play in the top half of the 7th. In the first inning, no score. This is Game 2 of the double dip. This series will conclude tomorrow night at First Energy Park, 7:05. First pitch, breaking ball is trying. And it's 0-1. It'll be Kevin Walter for Lakewood and Scott Lyman for Greensboro. And Cecil Fielder will be in attendance. We'll be signing autographs on the concourse from 7 to 9. 0-1 on Cabrera. And the fastball from Inch misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Home whites for Lakewood for the second straight game. And Greensboro with their alternate green jerseys. The Grasshoppers are the only team in the league that does not have gray pants or gray jerseys. So they wear their white pants at every game, and when they're on the road, they wear the green. Runner goes to third, pitch low, throw to third, knocked down nicely by Walding, and the 2 runners steal. Solo Asano gets third, Rosa gets second. Second and third, 2 out, and 2 on count on Cabrera. Not the best throw by Ludi, but with the right-handed batter, it's tough, and that was a breaking ball. Broken back, ground ball. Walding's got to avoid the bat, plays the ball with a bare hand, throws it across in time. Nice play by Walding. The bat was in his general vicinity, off to his left. I'm sure he saw it in the corner of his eye, fielded the ball with a bare hand and threw a strike to Charles. That's a heck of a play by Walding. No runs, 1 hit, 1 ball, but 2 left. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Greensboro 0, Lakewood coming up back. You're listening to Blue Claws Baseball on the Shores Sports Network.
Looking for an affordable apartment in a great location? Then come to Waterside. Waterside Gardens Apartments, located in Brick, offers 1 or 2 bedroom apartments that feature renovated kitchens and bathrooms, central air, walk-in closets, and more. Community amenities include a playground, ballpark, and laundry facilities. Contact Waterside Gardens in Brick today, 732-477-4445, or visit watersidegardensnj.com. That's watersidegardensnj.com.
Think I've got the best seat in the house? Not even close. I could be kicking back in a Lazy Boy. The Lazy Boy Furniture Gallery right around the corner in Brick is deep at every position. Sofas, sectional, sleepers, and recliners, a comfort to your home and your wallet. And since they only sell Lazy Boy, they have larger selections and can mix and match fabrics and colors to match you. Look, the one thing more relaxing than Blue Claws Baseball is Lazy Boy. Close to the ballpark in Brick on Route 70 or at lazyboy.com. Live life comfortably.
What goes better with the crack of the bat than the snap of a KM Natural Casing Frank? Whether you're at the game or grilling in your own backyard, no game day is complete without the perfect KM Frank. Made from the finest butcher quality cuts of meat, these Franks are sure to satisfy. Next time you get your crew together, pick up the KM Blue Box at your local grocery store. They'll thank you for it. So sit back, fire up the grill, and enjoy the weekend with some delicious KM Franks. Celebrate something with KM.
This is the Shore Sports Network, the home of the Lakewood Blue Claws. WOBM-AM, 1160 and 1310.
Happy birthday to Blue Claws staffer Sean McCleary. Celebrating today, June the 11th, and we'll see if the Blue Claws can sweep a doubleheader for him as we go to the bottom half of the first. Roman Quinn leads it off in a scoreless game against Greensboro. Left-hander Chipper Smith. And Quinn turns around to bat from the right side after hitting left-handed in game 1. He went 1 out of 3 and takes a fastball outside from Smith. And the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Quinn at 256, 5 homers, 18 RBIs. And the 1-0 from Chipper is a strike. Count 1-1 in game 1. Quinn also stole his 29th base of the season. Smith is 6'2", 195 pounds out of Canyon County, California. 23 years old, misses low. And the count 2-1, 38th round pick last year out of Cumberland University by the Marlins. Third baseman Cabrera is in front of the bag, but not as far in as he was in the first game. And Quinn lines one over the head of the leading shortstop Hernandez into left center, base hit. Flynn sprints over to cut it off and play it back in. And the speedster Quinn leads off the bottom half of the first with a base hit. So that's 2 tonight for Quinn in 4 at-bats. And that brings up Carlos Tochi, the Lakewood center fielder. Smith, 3-0 in 15 appearances, a 3.00 ERA, 33 innings, 27 hits. He's walked 15, struck out 33 through 2 scoreless innings against Kannapolis on Sunday. So he's just working on 1-day rest as Quinn leads off first. Remember, Quinn has the lefty move to deal with here from Smith, who wears the high green socks. And the 17-year-old Tochi takes low 1-0. Quinn got picked off in Delmarva on Sunday by a left-handed move. He's just going on the first move if he does attempt to steal. And we'll see Zach Taylor coaching at first. Mickey Morandini's at third for Lakewood. Smith in the first base side of the rubber looks Quinn back and throws over. Roman scampers back. For Lakewood after Tochi, it's Carmona the DH and Charles the first baseman in the cleanup spot. Josh Looney bats fifth, he catches, then Mitch Walding in third. Larry Green Jr., the left fielder, will bat seventh. Alejandro Villalobos at second. Brian Porter in right round out the nine. Tochi out in front of a changeup, and it's 1-1. So Quinn looking for that 30th stolen base as he takes his lead off of first. Roman led the New York Penn League in steals last year with 30, 66 games, a throw to first, and he dives back. And this is his 58th game with Lakewood this season. But Micah Johnson of Kannapolis already with 50 steals to lead not only the Sally League, but all of minor league baseball. Quick's fourth in this league. 1-1 on Tochi's inside, backs him off the plane. And it's 2-1 on Carlos, who went 1 out of 3 in the first game, and 229 on the season, no homers and 11 runs batted in. That Lakewood lineup was brought to you by Gold Bond Building Services. Thank you, First Energy Park, as clean as a brand new ball. Now you can do the same from your office or facility. As another throw to first, and again, Quinn is back. 732-833-7700 or email info@gbcleans.com. 2-1 on Tochi. Smith looks back Quinn and delivers a slide step, and the fastball's outside. Dan, we should talk about that play Walding made to end the first. That was a pretty tricky play because the broken bat was coming in his general vicinity. And look, it doesn't have to come right at you for it to affect you on a situation like that.
But it was moving faster than the ball, so it had most of the attention of Walding.
No, that's a good point. 3-1, there goes Quinn. Tochi takes it low, it's ball four. So Quinn dives in safely at second, but no stolen base. It's just a walk, and Lakewood has 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, that bat, the barrel of the bat actually got to Walding's area quicker than the ball did. He realized that a little bit late, had to hustle to get the ball. He smushed it into the ground on the bare hand, got up, fired a strike to first, and that retired the side. But Walding has been strong over there at the hot corner all season. That play just proves it here in game number 62.
Lehigh Valley trying to do what Lakewood is trying to do, sweep a doubleheader. Iron Pigs won game 1 of their double dip against Charlotte 2-1 behind Tom Cochran, and they're down 1-0 in the second inning of game 2. They were rained out last night. Here's Willie Carmona, the DH. Willie did not play in game 1, and he hits a hard ground ball to the right side and through into right field. The base hit. Quinn sprinting around third. He'll score. Up with it is Solorzano. He throws behind the runner Tochi, and they got him hung up in a rundown. The shortstop Hernandez tags Tochi out between second and third. But Quinn scores. Carmona's got an RBI single, and the Blue Claws have a 1-0 lead. That was a heck of a throw by Jesus Solorzano in right field. And they gun out Tochi between second and third. That goes 9-6 for out number 1. For Carmona, he picks up the RBI, and Lakewood gets a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, nice nose there by Solorzano. We saw that on display at Newbridge Bank Park in early May, where he attempted to throw out a runner at the plate.
And the first one is outside and low to our Charles, 1 ball, no strikes. Charles 256 on the season, 6 homers, 33 batted in. He went 0 for 1 with a couple of walks in the first game of the doubleheader. For Carmona, by the way, that was his 19th RBI of the season. He's at first with 1 out, and Charles out in front of a changeup from Chipper Smith, and it's 1-1. It'll be interesting to see how long these starters go. Blue Claws are carrying 13 pitchers on their roster right now, which is a little rare. Usually they carry 12, although they opened the year, in fact, with 13. 1-1 to Charles, a curveball for his strike. And the count is 1-2. So I think they'll try to get Inch through at least 3. And depending on his pitch count, maybe 4. But I would expect a 3-inning outing for Inch. And then Lakewood's got a rest at bullpen. They only played Sunday in the last 4 days. Breaking ball against Charles looking. Nice curveball from Smith, 2 away, rather. And that's Chipper Smith's for a strikeout. That'll bring up Josh Ludy. Ludi did not play in game one either. He played most recently on Sunday at Delmarva. The first game of that doubleheader, he went 1 for 3 and is hitting just over 245 with Lakewood, but no homers or RBIs. This one lined hard and foul. Back to the screen and over onto the contours, 0-1 on Ludi, the former Baylor Bear, who was an 8th-round pick last year. Ludi was, a year ago, the first of what would end up being 2012, so current year, draftees on the Lakewood roster. And this one has popped up out in front of the changeup and lifts to the shallow left center. Hernandez out, Kiefer in, Flynn in, and it's the left fielder Kiefer to make the catch and retire Ludi in the Blue Claws here with the first. Lakewood gets a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the second inning here at First Energy Park, and it's 1-0 Lakewood. You're listening to Blue Claws Baseball on the Shore Sports Network.
Deborah Heart and Lung Center, located only a few miles from the ballpark in Burlington County, is ranked as the premier hospital in the region for the diagnosis and treatment of heart, lung, and vascular disease. Consumer Reports recently ranked Deborah as the safest hospital in New Jersey. For more information about Deborah, including how easy it is to make an appointment, visit them online at deborah.org or call 800-555-1990. Deborah Heart and Lung Center. Tomorrow's medicine, here today.
People up and down the shore agree that the only hot dog worth eating is a classic Windmill hot dog. They're bigger and better because they're made from the finest quality meats and grilled to perfection every single time. So aren't you glad the Windmill of Brick is now open, renovated and under new ownership? They're now serving the mouth-watering hot dogs and charbroiled burgers you've been craving, along with the irresistible cheese fries you've been dreaming about. The Windmill, serving the Jersey Shore for 50 years, now open in Brick at 856 Route 70. Like them on Facebook for more details.
With an impeccable reputation, Nicholas Pools is a second-generation family-owned and operated company building vinyl liner in-ground pools since 1969. Let them open your pool this spring. They'll make sure your pool will be worry-free, so all you have to do is enjoy it. If Hurricane Sandy damaged your pool, let Nicholas Pools renovate and restore your pool to its past glory. And they're the place to go to for your spas, chemicals, and accessories. Visit Nicholas Pools today at 1820 Route 9 in Toms River or online at nicholaspools.com.
Lakewood Blue Claws Baseball on the Shore Sports Network. WOBM Lakewood Township. WADB Asbury Park. Listen online at WOBMAM.com. Good time oldies. WOBMAM 1160 and 1310.
Back in Lakewood with Dan Atchison. I'm Greg Giambarisi. We head to the second inning. Hope you're having a pleasant Tuesday night. Thanks so much for spending part of it with us. Beautiful night. Here is Matt Yingle. Lakewood up 1-0 on the RBI single from Willie Carmona. As Steven Ish fires a strike to Yingle in the count 0-1. Yingle is 1 for 3 today. Went 1 for 3 in the first game. And takes a slider low from Inch. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Weather Report is brought to you by News 12 Traffic and Weather. Get News 12 Traffic, weather, and news updates delivered right to your cell phone. Log on to news12.com for all the information. News 12 know before you go. 4 degrees cooler than Game 1's first pitch, 77 degrees as Yingle takes outside. And the count 2-1 on the right-handed hitter out of Houston, Texas. That one inside, 3 balls a strike. One thing with Itch, he's had some control problems this year, walking about 5 guys per 9. They really spruced up the end of May, swing and a miss, fastball, and the count 3-2. He walked 7 hitters in 5 innings in his last 3 appearances in May, but has walked just 1 over 3 innings here so far in June. Had a tough outing though in Hickory last time we saw him. This one bounced up third and foul, and the count 3-2. Gave up 4 hits, 3 runs in 1 inning against the Crawdads back on the 6th of June, and saw his ERA jump up almost a full run to 3.14. It's hard to bring down when you are a reliever. It can go up in a hurry, but it takes a while for it to go back down. One of the Greensboro guys had to run down and grab that foul ball. And the 3-2 grounded down third. That one foul again. So since Blake Logan is already down there, we'll go pick that one up too, flip it into the crowd. All the Greensboro relief pitchers are currently in their dugout, third base side instead of down in the bullpen. They'll make their way down there in a couple of innings. Just remember, a 7-inning game, top 2, and it's 1-0 Blue Claws, Yingle out of Texas A&M, an open stance to the right side. The slider is low, ball 4. So that's 2 walks already tonight for Inch. And we'll bring up Cody Kiefer, a Grasshopper left fielder, who is a left-handed batter out of Davis, California. Kiefer did not play in the first game for Greensboro, and he stands in as Yingle leads off first. So Wally, even with the bag off the line, comes in a little bit for Kiefer, and Inch from the belt. His first offering is downstairs and low. They have a count 1 ball and no strikes. On the year, Kiefer 256, 3 homers, 23 runs batted in. And Inch throws low to first, diving back is Yingle. Elsewhere in the Philly system tonight, Lehigh Valley is tied up Charlotte. They're 1-1 in the third after the Iron Pigs took the opening game of that doubleheader 2-1 behind Tom Cochran. Jake Diekman is 11th save. Fastball strike, and it's 1-1. Double-A Reading in action tonight against Bowie with Seth Rosen on the mound, and Reading leads it 4-2 in the 6th. High A Clearwater trailing Port St. Lucie 2-1 as they play in the top of the 7th inning at Bright House Field. Another throw to first from Inch. Jonathan Roof has a home run for Clearwater, his second home run of the season. Nick Hernandez, the starter, 5 innings, 5 hits, and 2 runs for the Threshers. Fastball strike, and it's 1-2. Nick will be a Florida State League All-Star, is a Florida State League All-Star this year, and that game is coming up this weekend, in fact. 1-2 on Kiefer. Middle infield trying to turn to. Lakewood got a couple of double plays in that first game. 1-2 pitch is outside, a 2-seam fastball, and the count is 2-2. Meanwhile, in the Sally League tonight, no fewer than 6 of the 7 sites that are hosting games today are playing double headers. The only single game site is in Lexington, where Rome leads 4-0 in the 6th. Strike 3, fastball to the inside corner at the knees, gets Kiefer looking, and there's 1 away. Second strikeout for Inch, and that brings up the Greensboro catcher, Mike Vaughn. First time the Blue Claws have seen Vaughn, a 14th round pick last year. He's hitting just .203 with Greensboro, 2 homers and 4 runs batted in. The doubleheader games that are completed so far: Greenville beat Charleston 6-3 in game 1 of their doubleheader. Augusta beat Kannapolis 9-3. As Vaughn takes a fastball strike. Asheville beat Savannah 4-3. They needed 8 innings to do it. That's big for Charleston, who entered the night a game and a half in back of first place Savannah. Hickory beat Hagerstown 6-2. Slider outside, and that puts Hickory 2 games ahead of Hagerstown going into the nightcap tonight. And West Virginia pounds Delmarva 11-0. They scored 8 runs in the third. Stetson Alley hit his league-leading 17th home run of the season. Charleston working on a split of their double dip in Greenville. They lead 6-2 in the bottom half of the 6th. Augusta 4, Kannapolis 1 in the third. 1-1 pitch is outside. Asheville and Savannah are scoreless. They're in the bottom half of the 2nd. Hickory and Hagerstown are scoreless. They are just underway. And West Virginia and Delmarva will be getting underway shortly at Arthur W. Purdue Stadium. So it's bunched up in both divisions. 2-1 the count on Vaughn with Yingle at first. Fastball outside. 3-1. It's having some control problems here. Already with 2 walks, and now in danger of walking Vaughn, which would be his third among the first 8 hitters that he's faced tonight. 1-0 Lakewood top 2. RBI single for Willie Carmona. Inch from the belt. Runner leads off first. Fastball swung on and missed. And the count full at 3-2. So Hickory is now a game and a half ahead of Hagerstown, and still 2 ahead of West Virginia as they all play tonight in the second games of their doubleheaders. Savannah leads Charleston by 2 games. Again, the first half ends Sunday. Both of those are playing the second games of their doubleheaders. Bouncer foul by Vaughn to the left, and the count is full. Asheville and Rome are each 3.5 out. West Virginia is still 2 out. In the north, Greensboro is now 7 out, and they have been eliminated by losing that first game of this doubleheader. Now, they had the faintest of faint hopes of making the postseason. Their elimination number was 2, but they could have, in theory, fastball, and that's ball 4 inside. So Inch has walked 3 of the first 8 to face him, 2 on, 1 out for Jason Hernandez. They could have, in theory, passed Hickory and still not won the division. They could have, in theory, passed Hickory and Hagerstown and still not won the division. So they had about as good of a chance as making the playoffs as Dan, a New Hampshire resident, does of being elected New Jersey senator. Here's Jason Hernandez with first and second, 1 out. By the way, that game that was rained out yesterday here will not be made up. So Lakewood will only play 67 of 70 in the first half as Inch spins Yankel back. The 3 games that they lost to Weather in Asheville at the end of April, they were supposed to play 4. They only got 3 in. This weekend at Delmarva, they were supposed to play 3. They only got 2 in. And then this week here, they're supposed to play 4. They're only playing 3. That one is low, and the count 1 ball, no strikes. The more pitches Inch throws in this inning, that would potentially even limit his opportunity to come on out for the 3rd. Remember, he's only thrown as many as 2 innings this year in the last month, so there's not going to be too much more than 3. Here's a blooper, shallow left center. Out goes Quinn, can't get it over. He's at a base hit. Never stopping was Yankel. He's coming around 3rd. The throw is cut off by Walding. That's an RBI single for Jason Hernandez, and Greensboro ties the game at 1. That's a tough base hit to give up. Little blooper off the end of the bat, but in a sense, Inch dug his own grave there by walking the first 2 hitters, and look, that's what happens. You put a couple of guys on for free, and then those bloop singles instead of just a runner at first base and 1 out or 2 outs means a run, and now we're tied. And not only that, now the top of the order is coming up for Greensboro, and Cameron Flynn with 2 on and 1 out.
But if you're Inch, just continue to throw low in the zone and attempt to get out of this with a double play.
Foul back by Flynn off to the left. Oh, and dropped by a fan in the skybox to our left. Teal shirt, and he's getting booed. Sorry, pal. Deservedly so. He'll never get another ball like that. 0-1 on Flynn. And it's outside. I say that having jumped out of the way of, I think, 3 on Sunday down in Delmarva. We were a magnet, yeah. Run on 2 hits for each side, but Greensboro batting here top of the second. They have runners at first and second and 1 out. Each, the 6'4" righty is set at the belt, and the Edmonton native misses outside. 2-1 on Cameron Flynn. Flynn struck out looking to start the game. Second base ball on the catcher, Hernandez at first. They have catcher speed leading the duo on the base pass. That's not even close. High and outside. 3 balls and a strike. Inch just, at this point, doesn't have any idea where it's going. And he's behind in the count. Now, they're going to stretch him out, as we talked about, and he will be a starter for Lakewood when the second half opens next Thursday. 3-1. He's lined in the air, up the gap in left center. That's trouble. That's a base hit. Splits the outfielders, rolls to the wall. Vaughn scores. Hernandez coming around 3rd. Quinn's relay throw up the 3rd base line and not in time. Scoring is Hernandez. Ludy knocks down the ball, picks it up, and down to 3rd base goes Cameron Flynn. And that'll be a 2-run double for him. It's 3-1 Grasshoppers. And we'll see if they give an error. If they do, it would be on Roman Quinn for poor throw up the line. Ludy tried to knock it down and couldn't. Here comes Aaron Foltz, the Lakewood pitching coach. So Flynn gets a 2-run double, and Greensboro now has a 2-run lead, 3-1.
Well, you don't want to give up the blue base hit to Hernandez if you're Inch, and you certainly don't want to give up the hard hit line drive to the wall that split the gap to Cameron Flynn. And the top of the order, cashing in on 2 walks, a bloop, and then a line drive to left field, and it's quickly 3-1. The Blue Claws find themselves down.
Aaron Foltz out of the mound. Chase Dumont is making his way down to the bullpen for Lakewood, and we'll see if they get anybody up just yet. They might wait, but it won't be long. And now the Blue Claws will bring the infield in. Remember, this is a 7-inning game, so each run, each out, more important because you have less opportunity to make up the deficit. So down by 2 here in the second. The Blue Claws bring the infield in. It's Anthony Gomez, the second baseman, steps into the box. And the first pitch from Steven is lined back up the middle. That's a base hit in the center. And from third is Flynn to score. It's RBI single for Gomez, and it's 4-1 Greensboro. So Gomez, the New Jersey native, went to Don Bosco up in Ramsey's from Dudley. Drives in Cameron Flint, 26th ribby of the season for Gomez, who's 2 for 2 in game 2 after going 0 for 3 in the first game. And he's at first now with 1 out. Gomez has stolen 4 bases this year. So both walks ended up scoring among the 4 runs for the Grasshoppers. Here's Solorzano. He hits a cue shot in the second. Could be 2. Villalobos to Quinn 1 on the first double play. Good turn by Roman Quinn. And that retires the side. 4-6-3. And the inning is over. 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We played an inning and a half here in Lakewood. It's Greensboro 4, Lakewood 1. Back with the home second on the Shore Sports Network.
The best thing about a Honda mower is it's a Honda. With all the fuel efficiency and technology that name means. It means exclusive features like a 4-in-1 twin blade cutting system that results in finer clippings. It means models that have self-propelled smart drive and hydrostatic drive. It means a quiet but powerful engine that's easy to start. And it means a highly fuel efficient engine that's easier on the environment while sprucing up your environment. Plus, all Honda residential mowers come with a 3-year limited warranty. Visit Major Tool on Throckmorton Street in Freehold to find the Honda mower that's right for you.
Get revved up for your next car at Toyota World of Lakewood. Their current construction sale means low interest rates, great selections, and low prices. New models like the top-selling Camry, Corolla, Highlander, Avalon, or the redesigned RAV4. The service department is open 7 days a week. Located on Route 88, just minutes from First Energy Park. Toyota World of Lakewood. Like other cars, just better. 888-488-TOYOTA or LakewoodToyota.com. That's 888-488-TOYOTA or LakewoodToyota.com.
Monmouth Mall is the place for shopping, dining, and entertainment at the Jersey Shore. At the intersection of Route 35 and 36 in Eatontown, Monmouth Mall features Macy's, Lord & Taylor, JCPenney's, Boscov's, plus over 120 places to shop and dine, a 15-screen multiplex movie theater, and more. Visit them at MonmouthMallOnline.com or text mall sales, one word, to 37398 for store and mall offers, event updates, and more. That's Monmouth Mall, Parkways at 105. Happy shopping.
The home of Elvis, the Beatles, Beach Boys, Motown, and the Lakewood Blue Claws. Good time oldies. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
2 walks cost the Blue Claws here in the second inning as Stephen Inch walked a couple, and they both scored among 4 Grasshopper runs in the second, and they lead Lakewood 4-1 as we start the bottom half of inning number 2 with Mitch Waldy in the box for Lakewood. Mitch at 243 with no homers and 30 runs batted in. It was first pitch from Smith inside, almost hit him. Chase Mimata was robbed of a base hit by a diving Vio Sergei Rosa in the first game. Moldy had a base hit down the left field line in game 1, 1 out of 3. Reached on an error as well. And Smith's fastball is across the outside corner. And the count is 1-1 on the Lakewood third baseman. Fifth round pick in 2011 was Waldy out of Stockton, California. 1-0 is Anthony's on the outside corner. Excuse me, 1-1 is Anthony's on the outside corner, and the count is 1-2. So Smith trying to get Walden here. Green and Villalobos will follow. Breaking ball low. And that evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chipper Smith, left-hander, threw 2 innings on Sunday. Well, he won't be in there for too long. He's thrown as many as 4 in a game this year. Walden breaks his back, cues one past the mound. This will be a tough play for Gomez. Bare hand throw to first, save. So Walden legs on an infield single, line drive in the box score. And he's at first with nobody out, bottom half of the second.
Getting his wind sprints in today. The barehanded play to end the first, and now the infield broken bat single that snuck by the mound.
There's Green Jr., the left fielder. Larry in game 1 went 0 for 3. And he has really cooled off lately. He is 4 for his last 40 at the plate. The left-handed batter out of Nashville, Georgia. nobody throwing in the bullpen for Lakewood. Stephen Inch will come out and pitch in the third as Green takes one across the ace strike. And the count 0-1. Talked to Andy Tracy, the Phillies minor league hitting coordinator, which you heard between games. If you missed it, we'll get it up on Blue Claw's blog tomorrow. 0-1 on Green, and Smith throws over. One of the things he talked about was the fine line that they have to walk with some guys, where they want a few guys to be more aggressive, a few guys to be a little more patient. Green's one of the guys that they would like to be a little more aggressive at the plate. Doesn't have a good eye, but they want him to attack pitches early in the count. Tip one foul at home plate like that one. A fastball in the inner half, and he tips it off the mid of the catcher, Vaughn, 0-2. Wind blowing out towards right, so this could be a night where if he can elevate one in that direction. And that goes true for many of the Blue Claws, left-handed hitters like Art Charles and Mitch Walding. Brian Porter in the lineup tonight. The switch hitters like Quinn and Carmona will bat right-handed here against Smith, but obviously if the reliever is a right-hander, then we can see them turn around. 0-2 on Green with Walding off first, nobody out, and the pitch outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Everybody in the Sally League that tried to play last night was rained out, except in Greenville, where they played a doubleheader against Charleston, and in Lexington, where Rowe beat the Legends. A lot of rain all up and down the eastern seaboard. Wild pitch, and that'll get back to the screen pass. Vaughn down to second goes Walding, and the Blue Claws have a runner in scoring position. 4-1 Grasshoppers, bottom of the second in game 2 of this doubleheader. Lakewood will finish out the first half, their final 5 games. One will be here tomorrow night against Greensboro, and then 4 games in Hagerstown beginning Thursday night. Alejandro Villalobos is on deck for Lakewood after Green bats with nobody out. And Lakewood will open the second half with 7 games on the road, 4 in West Virginia, 3 in Delmarva. 2-2 is popped up. Third base side, will it get out of play? Sprinting over the third baseman Cabrera, the catcher Vaughn. Vaughn lunging after it, can't get it. Right in front of the Grasshoppers dugout. And that'll be a no play. And a chance at it did Vaughn, but couldn't get there. So foul ball. The count is still 2-2. So Lakewood plays, as it turns out, and including the rainout in Delmarva, 9 of their last 12 games in the first half on the road, and their first 7 games of the second half on the road. So 16 out of 19 games for Lakewood away from home, spanning both halves. And yes, why is that? Well, because of the All-Star game, which will be in Lakewood next week. So they always give the teams that host the game a little breathing room on either end of the game. Certainly on the front end, because they're setting everything up so they don't make you play home games in the days leading up to the game, and usually on the back end as well. Green ropes a fastball in the right field. The base hit very hard. Walding coming around third, and he'll have to be held up as Solorzano throws it back in. So a rope single to right for Larry Green, and the Blue Claws have him on the corners with nobody out.
That's what you want to see from Green Jr. He turned on the pitch, he barreled it up. It didn't leave the park, but it was a base hit. That's not only going to boost his average, but his confidence.
And as we know, so much of this game is confidence, especially hitting, where the best hitter, as the old cliche goes, will make it out 7 out of 10 times. Here's Villalobos. What do they say? If you make it out 7 out of 10 times, you go to the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Some would say that makes it an easy game. Most of the time, most people would agree that it makes it a tough game. Here's Villalobos. Green off first. Pitch by Smith is hit in the air to shallow right. I don't think that'll be deep enough. In comes Solorzano to make the catch. Walding tags at third, bluffs. As the throw comes in and it squirts off the mid of Yingle, the first baseman, the cutoff man, but Green holds it first. So not a productive out by Villalobos, who pops out to shallow right, and one away from Brian Porter. And Lakewood cannot waste a situation like this. Remember, 7-inning game, so there's not a lot of time left. It sounds silly because we're in the second inning, but the 7th inning gets here quick in these shorter games. And of course, this is a 7-inning game because of the doubleheader. Like we won a 5-2 decision in 7 in the first game. Here's Pointer. Brian hit in the 2-hole in the first game, went 0 for 2 with the walk and a run scored. 29 ribbies this.
Need some help dealing with the everyday opening and closing of your garage door? Garage Door Masters LLC in Brick is there for you. Their talented staff offers professional, prompt service, expert advice, and skilled repairs using the highest quality products on the market. Garage Door Masters will keep your garage doors and openers running smoothly. Plus, there's 24-hour emergency service. Most of all, they'll make their customers' experience a great one. Garage Door Masters LLC in Brick. Call today, 732-870-7313, or visit garagedoormasters.org.
1-1 on Pointer with runners on the corners, 1 out. Smith throws over to first, chasing back Larry Green. So Walding started the inning with an infield single. Green, after Walding advanced on a wild pitch, Green singled to right, Walding to third, and Villalobos popped out to shallow right. No advance, so they're on the corners for Brian Pointer. 1 out, Lakewood down 4-1, bottom of the second. Pitch by Smith, a changeup, and it just misses inside. And the count 2-1 now on Brian Pointer. 4 runs, 4 hits for each side. For Greensboro, 1 run, 4 hits so far for Lakewood. Pitch by the lefty Smith is hit very high in the center. This one will be deep enough to score Walding. Flint to his right makes the catch. Walding tags, he's coming home. The throw goes over the head of the cutoff man. It's not in time. Walding dives in safely at home. Green goes to second. So Flint makes a mistake down out at center by airmailing Matt Eagle, the first baseman. And that allows Green to heads up plate to tag up and get the second. Second fly for Pointer. 31st RBI of the season for him. And the Blue Claws now trail 30th RBI of the season for him. And the Blue Claws now trail 4-2. Yeah, a grenade from center field that was on target, but plenty of air under it for Larry Green Jr. to read it and move up to second base. For Quinn, who's 2 for 4 today, 1 for 1 in this game, singled in the first inning and scored. It takes low, knocked down by Vaughn, and the count is 1 ball, no strikes on the Lakewood shortstop. Second round pick 2 years ago. Could have played baseball at Florida State, but decided to sign with the Phillies. Port St. Joe, Florida native, which is up near Tallahassee in the Panhandle. So Florida State a natural fit for the speedster Quinn, who was also a standout basketball player in high school. He loved Chris Paul. That was his guy. As that changeup misses outside of the count is 2-0. Imagine having him, Dan, as your point guard leading the fast break. Unbelievable. You better be quick to catch up. Absolutely. Or to keep up. Keep his teammates in line as well. As not sure he can dunk, but some alley-oops and breakouts from Quinn. 2-0 pitch, and there's a strike. Second year as a switch hitter for Quinn. Second year as a shortstop. So a lot on his plate. Just shy of 260 now. Remember, he hit 202 in April, so it's been a long climb up. And this one is hit very high in the center, pretty deep, but not deep enough. Flint back into his left. He's there and makes the catch to retire the side. So Quinn flies out, and the inning is over. Lakewood does get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We've played 2 here in Lakewood. It's Greensboro 4 and the Blue Claws 2. You're listening to Blue Claws Baseball on the Shore Sports Network.